95% of the world's watches are made here, including the one you're wearing right now. Many big brand watches are produced or sourced for parts from here. This place is Shenzhen City, the world watch capital city.
Where's the video of the Chinese brands exposing the watch industry? Where is that? I've seen movies.
Got you right here. This is a CF Rolex I got from Shenzhen for only 120 USD, and it still ticks. Everything is perfect.
Watches come in different sizes. A small dial makes you always slimmer, while a larger one makes you a stronger arrow. First of all, you need to determine your budget range. The Rolex data just is the best choice for cost-effective.
Can you really trust Rolex anymore? The luxury Swiss watch brand that people pay tens of thousands of dollars for might not be what you think. Imagine spending a fortune on a Swiss-made Rolex, only to find out that much of the watch, maybe even the entire thing, could have been made in China. Sounds shocking, right? Well, stick around because I'm about to show you real footage from inside factories, insider leaks from former employees, and some mind-blowing revelations that may change how you see Rolex forever. For years, Rolex was more than just a watch. It was a symbol of prestige, craftsmanship, and exclusivity. People believed they were buying Swiss-made masterpieces, timeless, handcrafted, and built to perfection. Rolex built an empire around that idea. But what if I told you that the story of Rolex, the Swiss luxury watch, isn't as flawless as it seems? Recently, real footage from inside Chinese factories has surfaced, showing what looks like Rolex parts being assembled. It's a game changer. Rows upon rows of watch cases, dials, and movements being put together in bulk. These videos prove that the story of Rolex's handmade craftsmanship may not be the whole truth.
做成了基本程序，你这是哪个程序？车窗上哪个程序标的？哦，表格，直接从你这个程序弄。
People assumed that when they saw Swiss made on the dial, it meant the entire watch was built in Switzerland. But that's not how it works anymore. In places like Shenzhen, China, watch components are being mass-produced. It's here that cases, dials, and even movements are being manufactured at a massive scale. These parts are then shipped to Switzerland, where they are assembled, stamped with the Swiss-made label, and sold for thousands. That $20,000 Rolex you're eyeing might have been made in the same room as a $200 replica. The difference? Just the branding. So, are Swiss watches really made in China? Well, I went to Shenzhen, the epicenter of Chinese watch manufacturing, to find out. In Shenzhen, they produce over 4 million watches a year. That's right, 4 million. You've got only about 300 watchmakers in Switzerland to handle all of this. When you do the math, it's pretty clear that Swiss-made doesn't necessarily mean everything about the watch was made in Switzerland. Some of the knockoffs coming from Shenzhen are so high quality that even the experts are getting fooled. I visited one particular factory known for its top-tier replicas. While they wouldn't let me film inside, I can tell you that the quality was incredible, on par with the real thing.
打包之后好漂亮哦。
If you're wondering how they managed to create these replicas so well, it's because these factories make parts for luxury brands, including Rolex. Now it gets even crazier. There are insiders who are now speaking out. One whistleblower, a former Swiss watchmaker who worked for Swatch Group, the company behind Omega, Tissot, and others, revealed some jaw-dropping truths. He was fired for talking about this on TikTok, but what he shared was enough to make heads spin.
半成品的表带。
He explained that when Swiss watch companies claim they're servicing your watch, they're often just swapping out parts for new ones. And the worst part? He revealed that components for high-end watches like Omega were actually made in China, not Switzerland. This includes even the diamond-studded parts of watches marketed as luxury items. Let me tell you something, Rolex mass-produces watches and there's nothing handmade about it. They're the best at mass production, but make no mistake, they're mass-produced. It's like the Toyota Corolla of watches, solid, reliable, and built on an assembly line.
磨了之后啊，它就不会擦手了。
They're not crafted by hand, and the production process is far from as exclusive as you might have been led to believe. Now here's something that might blow your mind. The Swiss-made label doesn't mean what you think it does. According to Swiss law, a watch can be labeled Swiss-made as long as 60% of the production cost happens in Switzerland. This includes things like design, administration, and even marketing, not actual craftsmanship. What does this mean? It means a watch could be 80% built in China, then flown to Switzerland where someone screws on the back plate, slaps the Swiss-made label on it, and boom, it's considered Swiss. The reality? It's a lot less special than you thought. But that's not all. Clones, yes, the knockoffs, are now so perfect that even certified watchmakers are getting duped. I spoke to a veteran dealer who's been in the watch game for over 15 years. He confirmed that replicas of models like the Rolex Datejust and Daytona are now so precise they're practically indistinguishable from the real deal. These fake watches even come with everything: the branded boxes, the warranty cards, and even the microchips that connect to Rolex's official website. Here's the kicker: the people making these fakes are the same ones producing components for Rolex. The same factories. The same workers. The only difference? One batch gets a Rolex stamp and a flight to Switzerland while the other goes to the replica market. It's the same watch, just with a different destination. And these replicas are being sold online at a fraction of the price. But wait, there's more. Something happened that Rolex swore would never happen. Company, yes, the same Rolex, has started to lower prices on several of its key models. These aren't promotional discounts or seasonal sales. These are permanent cuts. Why? Because Rolex is trying to salvage its image after the truth has been exposed. Consumers are now seeing that the watches aren't as exclusive or handcrafted as they once believed. The market has shifted, and Rolex is struggling to keep up. Collectors are the first to react. They're offloading their Rolex pieces, worried that the resale value is about to tank. Resellers are reporting slower turnover, and inventory is starting to back up. That once untouchable Rolex is now viewed as a liability rather than an investment. Prices on the gray market are cooling, and Rolex's price cuts are an attempt to re-anchor the value before the market does it for them. And here's the big picture. This problem isn't exclusive to Rolex. The same factories in Shenzhen are producing parts for multiple luxury brands. Brands that continue to market themselves as purely Swiss operations are now in full damage control mode. They're scaling back marketing, delaying launches, and hoping the public forgets about the massive overlap between their production lines and Chinese manufacturing. But it's too late. Truth is out, and brands that rely on secrecy and symbolism are on borrowed time. So what comes next? Brands that adapt and start being transparent about their processes may survive. Those that refuse to acknowledge the reality of their mass production might not. The luxury watch industry is entering a new era, one where the illusion of exclusivity could disappear completely. Question now is, can Rolex, or any luxury brand, survive in a world where consumers know exactly how their products are made? If you own a Rolex today, it still carries weight. It still sparks recognition. But this could very well be the last generation where that's true. Because once a luxury brand is revealed to be mass-produced, the meaning behind that brand doesn't just fade, it vanishes. Thanks for watching. If you found this interesting, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. I genuinely want to know what you think about all this. Appreciate you being here, and I'll see you in the next video.